Big week for many this week, especially those in Killarney. 7,500 people were granted Irish citizenship in a series of ceremonies that took place in Killarney this week. And believe it or not, one of the people who has finally become an Irish citizen is none other than the Edge, the guitar player from U2. Yes, this may come as a shock to some of you, or maybe some of you just don't give a damn about that band. But anyway, the Edge is now an official Irish citizen. It's only taken him about 53 years to get a citizenship, but he is in. And you're going to see some spectacular sights here. I'm just warning you in advance that the mainstream legacy media this week has been demonizing people who would fly the Irish tricolour outside of their houses. You're going to see people draped in the Irish tricolour in this short video clip. So I'm just warning you in advance, if you're easily triggered or you believe what the media has to say about the Irish flag, that it's synonymous with fascism, you may not want to see what is about to come in here. So let's get into this short clip, and we're going to hear from some of the beneficiaries of this Citizenship Plus. Big Jim O'Callaghan, he's going to be giving a subtle warning to all those that are now in like Flynn, that, you know, you must behave yourselves, and it's a privilege that you've been given, so make sure you don't abuse it. Subtly, very subtly, of course. So here we go.
For over 7,500 people who were being granted Irish citizenship in Killarney. A total of 7 ceremonies are taking place at the INEC over 2 days.
I want to congratulate them all and wish them all in the future in terms of their citizenship of Ireland. It's a great privilege to be a citizen of this country, but obviously with it comes responsibilities and duties. And
why would he even say that? Surely that should be a given. You know, I just want to remind people that with it comes responsibilities and duties. Why would you remind somebody of that at an awards ceremony or after an awards ceremony when the honour has already been granted, according to Big Jim?
I think everyone who's taking on citizenship will be aware of that.
Well, he's just making that clear. I think everyone that's taking on citizenship will be aware of that. He thinks, or he believes he knows. Surely he would have said, I know everyone that's taking on citizenship will be aware of that and will adhere to that. He doesn't seem very convinced, does our Jim? But anyway, I digress. Let's see the ceremony. And playing here in the background.
Applicants from over 143 countries are declaring their loyalty and fidelity to the state.
143 countries. That's amazing, really, when you think about it. Could you name 143 countries in the world? Did you even know there were more than 143 countries in the world? Well, there's 143 people being represented, or countries being represented now in Irish citizenship. And here he is. This is U2's guitar player, also known as the Edge, wearing what looks like a thimble on his head. I'm not quite sure why, but who would have thought? He's not an Irish citizen. He wafted in here when he was 1. He's an Englishman. He's an Englishman. Let's hear from him.
Among them, U2's The Edge.
For all of us, you know, a monumental day. And I guess, you know, I'm a little tardy on the paperwork. I've been living in Ireland now since I was 1 year old.
He's a little tardy on the paperwork. He's a little slow with his paperwork, he's saying. I wonder who else is tardy with their paperwork when it comes to their Irish citizenship. You know, nobody's really under any great pressure to get the paperwork done, are they? Is this a subliminal message being given out by the Edge? I don't know.
But the time is right, and I couldn't be more proud of my country for all that it represents and all it's doing. It's showing real leadership right now in the world, and it couldn't have come at a better moment for me.
What do they have on that guy, really? You know, it's showing tremendous leadership. Micheál Martin, Simon Harris, tremendous leadership. Are you kidding? And why is he ruled out at this time? Why is he a high-profile Irishman who's not actually Irish per se, at least not officially? Why is he leaving it until now to descend upon Killarney along with all the other recipients and stand alongside them saying, well, you know, time for me to do the right thing now as well. Is this just a PR stunt? Have they been keeping him up their sleeve for such a time as this, when there's not exactly a lot of good publicity around this whole immigration citizenship business in Ireland, as you can tell from reporting and the terror that the government have, that men, women, children, and their families are walking the streets going, we're concerned about our future, draped in tricolours, deemed to be far-right racists. Is this a softening of this issue introduced by the Edge?
The granting of Irish citizenship signifies a deep connection to Ireland, its values and its people.
Well, it's a great experience, and I'm looking forward to have a good life after all.
The culture, the kindness, and basically the love that was shown to myself and my family ever since we've been here, and the way we integrated basically into the community.
I'm feeling great. It's just a very proud moment. I think I've been living here for 8 years, so it's just like recognizing that I'm Irish.
It's a
Look at that. Someone carrying the tricolour. Someone carrying the tricolour. I hope this lady doesn't fly that flag outside her house, if she has a house, or her apartment, if she has an apartment, wherever she lives. Because according to News Talk last week, in an infamous stint that I think has now been removed from their archives, one of their pundits in the studio, some goon, said that when I see a house with a tricolour outside it, I immediately think, well, are the inhabitants racist? So would he say the same thing about this lady? Walking proudly, flying the tricolour, having just been granted Irish citizenship, would the same thing be said to this lady? As it would, for example, if you were to fly this flag around your shoulders and walk down O'Connell Street on a busy Saturday or Sunday afternoon? Is there a double standard?
beautiful day for all those who've become official Irish citizens.
The band plays on, the band plays
Maxine
on.
Bramley, Virgin Media News, Killarney, County Kerry.
You know, here's the question. Here's the question. Who paid for all that also? 2 days worth of ceremonies in Killarney. They had all the glitz and glamour. They had the lights. They had the conference centre. They had a band playing. They had a lot of pomp and ceremony around this. Who paid for it? Did this come out of the taxpayers' pocket? Did the new citizens chip in for this? Did the government pay for this from the... I'm just curious, genuinely curious. Okay, you've got citizenship. If you go to any country and you get citizenship, maybe you want to celebrate that. That's fine. But the other governments lay on lavish ceremonies if you were to become part of their nation. I don't know. I'm just asking the question. So anyway, ceremony over. Killarney, I believe, is going back to normal either today or tomorrow in terms of this media circus has now left, and Ireland now has 7,500 new citizens. And good luck to them is what I say. Good luck to them finding a home, getting health care, finding a place for your children in schools. Or maybe that's all been sorted already. I don't know. But these are the struggles that face Irish citizens. So leave me your thoughts, comments, and opinions below. Are you surprised that the Edge from U2 was not an Irish citizen and he's left it, what, 50 plus years to get his paperwork in order? Maybe there's a lot more to that one than meets the eye. But anyway, I'm Rick Bunn. This is No Risk, No Reward Media. Over and out.